How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show tonight. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today, and this is your WWE Monday Night Raw review and results show for today, Monday, July 10th, 2023. Seth freaking Rollins eats buffalo wings in Buffalo, New York, as Vince McMahon books another uneventful show. Uneventful it was. So we'll talk about it and so much more right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. Kick back, relax, we'll hit the introductions, get this party started, and I'll talk to you guys in just a little bit. Monday Night Raw review is coming up next.
This is M.20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
Alright guys, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready to talk about Monday Night Raw? Because you know what? I am. So how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. This is your WWE Monday Night Raw review and results show for today. Monday, July 10th, 2023. You guys know what to do. You want to follow me on my social media platforms. Links, everything's down below. Let's see, what else do we got? Anything else, like as far as checking out my website, it's over there if you guys want to call into the show live on Skype using Big T_119. If you have anything you want to say about the show, you guys can feel free to call in and give your opinions or questions or comments or anything that you may have about the show. Because let me tell you something. We're going to be talking about Raw tonight, but we're going to be talking about Raw for all the wrong reasons, really. Because, I mean, if you really take a look at this, there was no positivity in this show. There was nothing redeeming about this show at all. I mean, it was a really, really bad show. It's as simple as I could put it. There was nothing good about the show. The show itself was, you could tell it was written by Vince McMahon. I mean, there's, no sense in trying to hide it. I mean, we all knew it. Because only Vince McMahon would write shows this illogical, this sloppy, and, Vince McMahon will enjoy creative of this kind. When really the creative is just as bad as it could get. You know, I expected better. You know, Nick Khan wants to try to say, oh, Triple H is doing creative. It doesn't look to me like Triple H is really doing the creative here. Because if he was, I think the show would be looking better than what we got. Because, I mean, really, the show, it looked terrible tonight. It was very boring. It was very uneventful. There was not really any big matches that took place. Nothing that grabbed your attention or took your breath away. You know, when things like that are happening, you know there's a problem. You know there's a big problem when things like that are happening. So they need to figure something out. They need to shape this shit up because it's not working. It's just not working what they're doing. Somebody needs to do something as far as to stop Vince McMahon from trying to get in the creative aspect. He wasn't supposed to get in the creative aspect, but yet, you know, here he is, sticking his nose into where it doesn't belong. And it's very annoying. It's extremely, extremely annoying. I don't know how people enjoy it. I don't get it. I think it's crap. I really think it's crap. Let me see here, guys. Alright, I gotta make sure that I'm on the right page here. Give me a second. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it right here. Sorry about that, folks. Now let me get into it here. Okay, WWE Monday Night Raw. Review results for Monday, July 10th. 2023, we got a 6-man tag team match, we got a no disqualification match, and more. So tonight's WWE Monday Night Raw for Monday, July 10, 2023 is coming to us live from the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. Cody Rhodes has something to say to Brock Lesnar following the massive brawl that occurred between them in the opening moments of last week's episode of Raw. The issues between these two men have not been a secret, with both men currently holding a win over the other following their encounters at WWE Backlash and WWE Night of Champions earlier this year. Dominic Mysterio went one-on-one with World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins in a non-title match last week, but ultimately came up short after his Judgment Day teammate Damian Priest caused a disqualification on his behalf. Tonight he will have another chance to get his hands on Seth freaking Rollins as the two men square off in a rematch. So, that's what we have there. Tommaso Ciampa is set to collide with The Miz in a no disqualification match. The former allies have not been shy about their disdain for one another, blindsiding each other with attacks over the past couple of weeks, following the return of Ciampa on the June 19th edition of WWE Monday Night Raw that was in Cleveland, Ohio. Great show, by the way. Drew McIntyre will be making his long-awaited return to in-ring competition as he joins forces with Matt Riddle to take on Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Kaiser, Vinci, and their Imperium teammate Gunther have been seeking retribution against Matt Riddle for perceived disrespect towards them and Drew McIntyre for confronting Gunther during WWE's Money in the Bank premium live event. Additionally, Alpha Academy will be hosting Maxine Dupree a graduation ceremony in light of her teaming with Chad Gable to defeat the Viking Raiders in Valhalla during her in-ring debut last week, and the subsequent victory that ensued. Logan Paul is also set to face off with Ricochet in the ring following their recent issues with one another. So there you go. We are live here for Raw. Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick greet audiences at home as Finn Balor makes his way down to the ring. So, what does Finn Balor have on his mind tonight? Well, let's see. Finn Balor airs out his grievances with Damian Priest. Balor says the way things went down for him in his World Heavyweight Championship match against Seth freaking Rollins at Money in the Bank has not sat well with him. Balor says that the reason he's still at odds with Seth is because of Damian Priest. So Damian Priest music hits, but instead of Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio make their way to the ring. Rhea Ripley tells Finn Balor that his issues with Damian Priest should be dealt with backstage instead of in front of the world. Balor says Priest ruined his opportunity to capture gold and begins arguing with Rhea about how to handle things in the ring. Balor becomes angered and he leaves. Rhea says the only business that the WWE Universe needs to be concerned about is that Judgment Day still runs Raw. Rhea then says anyone who has an issue with that can come to the ring and air out their grievances before confidently saying that Dominic will defeat Seth later tonight. Seth's music hits, and Seth appears with a plate of buffalo wings in hand. Yeah, get it. You know, Buffalo, New York, buffalo wings. It's like, haha. You know, very funny. Not. It just wasn't. It wasn't very funny. It's like, oh, because we're in Buffalo, New York, let's bring out the buffalo wings. So Seth Rollins has a plate of buffalo wings in hand, and he's eating them. As Dominic Mysterio calls for Seth's music to be cut. Dominic says he will not be disrespected, and Seth tells Dominic that no one came to hear Dominic run his mouth. As Seth says everyone is here to watch the Judgment Day implode. And Dominic says the only thing that will implode is Seth's head. So, Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle make their way down to the ring. Or wait a minute. After that, you know, that pretty much wrapped it up with that segment. All this did was set up a 6-man tag team match in the main event of the show. It didn't really give us anything important, you know, anything of importance. It's just gave us, you know, basically, it gave us a very basic, open to just a, I guess you could say a lackluster main event. Because, I mean, really, for that to be a main event, that's nothing special. And I'm sure you guys have to agree with that, you know, it's nothing special. At least I didn't think it was. But anyway, Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle make their way down to the ring. We go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. And we head backstage to Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. They all walk in. Damian Priest says that that went exactly how he thought it would. Rhea tells Priest to solve things with Balor, and Priest says he'll talk to Balor again for her. So now Imperium makes their way down to the ring. So we have Imperium, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser with Gunther in their corner, going up against the team of Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. So, Riddle and Kaiser begin the action. The bell rings, they lock up, they go back and forth with submission holds before Riddle lands a pair of gut-wrench suplexes. Drew McIntyre and Giovanni Vinci both tag in. Drew delivers a vicious clothesline to Vinci. Riddle tags in. and lands a double team maneuver with Drew McIntyre, and then uses the ropes as leverage to lock in an arm submission while the referee is distracted. Kaiser then tags in and delivers a baseball dropkick to Riddle that sends him crashing to the outside. We go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. Vinci delivers a big boot to Riddle and tags in Kaiser. Kaiser and Riddle then go back and forth with right hands before Riddle delivers a kick to Kaiser's head. Kaiser plants him, but Riddle fires back with an overhead kick. Vinci tags in and lands a brain buster with some assistance from Kaiser. Kaiser and Vinci go for the Imperium Bomb, but Riddle avoids it and tags in Drew. Drew catches Kaiser and Vinci with neck breakers, and then plants Vinci with a powerbomb and then sets up for the Claymore kick. Kaiser tries interfering, but Drew takes Kaiser down. Gunther tries to do the same as far as interference, but Riddle levels him. Drew then slides back into the ring and lands the Claymore kick on Vinci. And then he pins him 1, 2, 3 for the pin and the win as Riddle cinches in an ankle lock on Kaiser as Vinci gets pinned. And your winners are Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. After the match, Gunther chews out Giovanni Vinci, and Ludwig Kaiser even walks away from Vinci. So Kaiser and Gunther leave Vinci there and they go to the back. So yeah, Vinci, things aren't looking too good for him. My question is, why in the world are they trying to split Imperium? Why would you even want to split Imperium? They're better as a 3-man group. You don't want to take even one of those guys away. It makes no sense to me. Why you would even want to take just one of those guys away? Makes absolute zero sense. So I was very confused on that. It made no sense to me. Okay. Match overall, I mean, all Imperium's doing is losing. Yeah. I apologize for that. Matt Riddle and Drew McIntyre. I don't know what the deal is with them. You know, what kind of tag team they're going to be. I would assume Randy Orton should be able to come back soon and, you know, maybe team. I could picture Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Matt Riddle against all 3 members of Imperium. You know, that's something I could definitely see happening if WWE really wanted to explore going that avenue, if you guys know what I mean. So, I mean, I could see that happening, you know, very easily. The question is, would WWE go that route? We'll see. So the match was what it was, predictable, but what I didn't see coming was Vinci getting chewed out here. That'll be interesting to see what they're going to do. We then head backstage to the Judgment Day. Damian Priest and Finn Balor begin talking to each other, but Rhea Ripley puts an end to it and tells them to talk nice. Priest explains that he never intended to cost Balor his World Heavyweight Championship match, and then says that they could go back to the way things were between the Judgment Day. Finn Balor agrees, but under the condition that he gets his hands on Seth freaking Rollins and his title first. Priest agrees, and the two seemingly make up. Priest says things are covered either way, and he holds up his Money in the Bank briefcase before heading out with Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. So, tension between the Judgment Day. Let's see, what's up, Invincible? Is Randy even close to being cleared to compete? You know, I've been hearing 2 different sides of reporting. I don't even think the media knows how close Randy Orton is to coming back. Because you'll literally read reports and hear reports, oh, Randy Orton, his career might be over. Then you hear, oh, Randy Orton might be making a return at SummerSlam. So I don't even think they really know 100% what is going on with Randy Orton. I think that's something we might just have to wait and see how it plays out. But anyway, going back to Raw here. Go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break, we had a video package recapping what occurred during Roman Reigns' trial in tribal court this past Friday on WWE Friday Night SmackDown. We then head backstage to Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Kathy Kelly. Kathy Kelly asks Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn what is next for them in their undisputed tag team championship reign. And while they are unsure, they say that they will take on any team at any time at any place. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio then walk in and put them on notice. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio then make their way down to the ring, and Seth freaking Rollins follows. So chaos ensues between the Judgment Day and Seth freaking Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Dominic blindsides Seth as he looks down at the ring. Seth fights back and looks to chase Dominic through the crowd and into the ring. Finn Balor and Damian Priest blindside him and beat him down in the timekeeper's area. Priest sends Seth crashing face first in the announce desk and delivers a right hand before KO and Sammy run down to the ring to provide a hand to Seth. Priest and Balor then slide out of the ring as Seth grabs a chair and hits Dominic with it. So, that's what we got. So we go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break, commentary announces that a 6-man tag team match between the Judgment Day and Seth freaking Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn will take place later tonight in the main event of the evening of Monday Night Raw. So that whole thing basically was just to set up the main event for the show. They didn't have a main event, so they kind of went desperate and just, they went for it. They went for it, folks. But, let's see. Got my water here somewhere. I should have moved it closer to me. Let's see, there we go. I got it. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look. Tonight's water, Fiji water. Let's see, what kind of Fiji facts do we have on the back? Right there, the Fiji Water Foundation fact. Let's take a look at this one. If I can read it. The Fiji Water Foundation. Let's see, the Fiji Water Foundation was created in 2007 with 2 goals. First, to support the communities where we live and work. Second, to preserve Fiji's natural beauty. Since then, we have funded initiatives that include providing clean water and healthcare access to local communities, building educational facilities, and helping preserve the Salvi Basin rainforest because it is Earth's finest water. You know what? Fiji water, it's such good shit, pal. And just like Vince McMahon was saying about Raw tonight, and believe me, on a hot summer night like this, you want a nice, cool, refreshing Fiji water. Because it is hot. It's hot in my house too, trust me. I got the overhead fan on above me, but I'm still toasty. I'm still toasty. Cheers. Okay, so let's take a look at what is next. What is next on the show? Something good or something bad? Something good or something bad? Let's see. Here's the results page. Alright. This was pretty damn good. What we got next? I think I said we go to commercial break. We come back from the commercial break. Commentary announces that 6-man tag team match between the Judgment Day and Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn will take place later tonight in the main event of the evening. Ricochet makes his way down to the ring. Logan Paul meets Ricochet face to face in the ring. Ricochet says everyone knows why he's here, but before he gets down to business, he says he walks through the curtain and tries to be here for the fans and the highlight of everyone's night. He says tonight is a little bit different because he is here for one specific person, Logan Paul. He says Logan Paul has accomplished a lot in the WWE, and the two have encountered one another on multiple occasions, including Money in the Bank. He voices his frustrations with Logan Paul's recent comments, Ricochet does, about him on his podcast, and Ricochet calls Logan Paul out to the ring. So Logan Paul's music hits, he makes his way down to the ring. Logan Paul calls Ricochet a little boy and says, Logan Paul says he's a human highlight reel. Logan Paul says he stands by his comments and says Ricochet was a reckless amateur at Money in the Bank. Ricochet says no one wanted to see Logan Paul capture the Money in the Bank briefcase, and Ricochet says he would not be standing in the center of the ring if he were unprofessional. Ricochet says he wanted to challenge Logan Paul to a match, but now that Logan Paul's out here, all he wants to do is hurt him. So Ricochet tells Logan Paul, he's like, man, you better keep my name out of your mouth. Logan Paul questions what happens if he doesn't. Do what, Ricochet says. And, says he doesn't care about going viral because he is a WWE superstar. Logan Paul says he has a legendary knockout punch while Ricochet is about replays and clips. Ricochet then flies over the top rope and out of the ring to show off his skills. To stand face to face with him, it was a nice callback to NXT Black and Gold, when Ricochet flew out of the ring over the ropes, landing on his feet, and he was right in front of the Velveteen Dream. This was an exact callback to that, so definitely gotta appreciate what they did here. But, Logan Paul's like, man, because Ricochet flew over the top rope and onto the ring to show off his skills. Logan Paul's like, man, that was cool for a TikTok. Logan Paul's like, but I'm not a TikToker, because I am the moment. Logan Paul says things won't work out. Logan Paul looks to blindside Ricochet with the right hand, but Ricochet ducks out of the ring and delivers a sliced bread off of the ring apron. This was interesting. It wasn't the worst segment, but it wasn't the best segment either. This was okay. I would say this was passable. This got a passing grade to where this was fine for what it was. It was entertaining enough where it wasn't overly offensive. So, this kind of did the job. And it had some storyline advancement, which is a good thing. Now, this next part of storyline advancement, I gotta say, I really don't care about, because I don't care about this feud. You guys will understand why in a second. So Becky Lynch makes her way out to the ring, makes her way down to the ring. Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus then come out. And now we got Becky Lynch going one-on-one against Zoe Stark with Trish Stratus in her corner. So the bell rings, both women lock up, right? Zoe Stark lands a shoulder tackle, but Becky quickly recovers and plants Zoe Stark face first as she then hits a drop kick and a pair of arm drags. She looks to run the ropes, but Trish trips her, allowing Zoe to fire off, stomps on Becky in the corner. Becky fires back with an uppercut and a kick before Zoe delivers a drop kick off the top rope. We go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. Becky looks for a crossbody out of the corner. Zoe rolls through and gets Becky up on her shoulders, but Becky escapes and sends Zoe crashing to the outside. So she delivers a basement drop kick and then lands a right hand and repeatedly tosses Zoe into the barricade as she gets her back in the ring and then plants Zoe and then ascends to the top and looks to go flying. Becky does. Zoe ducks out of the way and sweeps Becky off her feet and then goes flying off the apron and back in the ring. Becky looks to lock in the disarm her, but Zoe rolls up Becky. Becky kicks out and looks to lock in the submission, the disarm her a second time, but Zoe plants Becky with the super kick and then starts raining down some right hands. So Zoe gets Becky up on her shoulders, but Becky escapes and rolls up Zoe. Zoe reverses the roll-up to pin Becky with her hand on the ropes, but the referee catches Zoe. So Becky then levels Trish on the outside, opening the door for Zoe to roll up Becky for the 1, 2, 3, and the pin in the win. So, yeah. Your winner is Zoe Stark over Becky Lynch. Believe it or not, it actually happened. Zoe Stark beat Becky Lynch. I'm like, whatever. And this whole Trish Stratus being a heel and Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch feud just has not been booked well. Nothing of this is going well so far. I don't know what they could do here to fix it, but not good stuff at all. Anyway, we go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. Chad Gable and Otis are waiting in the ring. Alpha Academy host Maxine Dupree a graduation ceremony. Chad Gable thanks Buffalo for coming out and then says himself and Otis are here to talk about the achievements of the first female graduate of the Alpha Academy, Maxine Dupree. Maxine Dupree makes her way down to the ring dressed like a graduate, the cap and gown, the whole deal. Chad Gable presents her with a diploma and Maxine Dupree thanks him. As she says her first impression of Chad Gable was not a good one, but he turned out to be a good mentor and a good friend. As she credits Gable's training as the reason that she won her debut match, and she thanks Otis for being her twin, flame, and rock. As Maxine thanks the fans for accepting her and helping her become a star. Gable and Otis then put on their Alpha Academy varsity jackets to present Maxine with one of her own. The Viking Raiders music hits and the Viking Raiders appear alongside Valhalla. Valhalla attacks Maxine Dupree and steals her, her jacket, varsity jacket, whatever it is. And, this feud, I guess, is going to continue over the jacket now. Nothing special here, guys, to be honest. Go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Shayna Baszler makes her way down to the ring. Emma's already waiting inside the ring, so Emma got the job her entrance. Shayna Baszler versus Emma, there was nothing to this. The bell rings, Shayna delivers a kick to Emma's thigh. Emma lands a boot across Shayna's face and then follows it up with the Emma-mite sandwich. Shayna then fires off some right hands on Emma's face and stomps on her arm, and Shayna locks in the cure for the clutch on Emma. Emma taps out, so that's a submission win right there. Your winner, Shayna Baszler. After the match, Ronda Rousey marches down to the ring and attacks Shayna Baszler. She rains down elbows and looks to lock in an armbar, but Shayna blocks it and manages to slide out of the ring. Nothing special there. Match sucked. That segment sucked. Did nothing. What do you want me to say? So, go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Cody Rhodes makes his way down to the ring as Cody Rhodes puts Brock Lesnar on notice. Anybody notice the pyro botch? the pyro guy botched when Cody was doing his first taunt when he came out, you know? And usually all the pyro goes off on the first big round of explosions. It didn't go off. And then it went off on the second round of explosions. I noticed that. I'm like, yeah, that pyro guy is probably going to get a stern talking to for botching that. Because that was a total botch. But anyway, guys, let's see. Cody Rhodes asks Buffalo, New York, what do you guys want to talk about? Cody then says he knows there's millions of people on the other side of the camera. Cody asks for their forgiveness for turning his back to the camera because he wants everyone to see in the Key Bank Center. And Cody says, there can sometimes feel like an invisible wall between the crowd and the ring, but not for Cody. Cody says things, don't feel performative for him because they're real. But Cody recalls being asked about his momentum during the Money in the Bank press conference and says the crowd gets louder with each crowd, but Cody's momentum in the ring is a little bit shaky because there's a mountain standing right in front of him that he has to go through. And Cody says that mountain is Brock Lesnar. And while Brock Lesnar is not in Buffalo, New York tonight, everyone has a Brock Lesnar of their very own in their life. Cody says, a Brock Lesnar is something that impedes everyone. And Cody says, my Brock Lesnar, for me, it's a 6'3" behemoth. Now, Cody says he dreams of a rubber match with Brock Lesnar at WWE SummerSlam. And Cody says nothing would make him happier than shaking Brock's hand in person. So, let's see. Yeah, shaking Brock Lesnar's hand in person. Cody says even if he doesn't shake Brock's hand, he will finish the chapter of Brock. Cody then says he will be the next in line. And he wasn't. So, let's see. That Brock will be the next in line, and then Cody heads to the back. It was okay, but what more can they really do with this? In all honesty, it didn't really do much to float my boat. It was okay. I'm not going to say, wow. That was absolutely incredible, because it was nothing incredible. It was just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Cody. They're making Cody such I don't even know exactly how to describe it with his character. It's like they want to make him almost like John Cena of the past. Like when John Cena was Super Cena and nobody liked him, because of all the wins he was getting and the same, kind of babyface promos John Cena would always cut. And it seems like that's how everybody's starting to feel with Cody Rhodes right now. They gotta change something up to keep him fresh. To keep people invested, they have to. They definitely have to do that. But let's take a look here. We got a few more matches to get into, which we will. Alright. The Miz makes his way down to the ring. Tommaso Ciampa follows. Yeah, Invincible, yeah, that's the problem. It's not Cody's fault. I mean, Cody's just doing, Cody's doing what's asked of him. This is how they want him booked, and Cody's following suit. But the whole thing is, the WWE is not realizing that Cody is getting stale. Can you imagine if Cody would have beat Roman Reigns for the championship and would have been champion right now? Everybody would have been horribly regretting that decision. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, well, they made the wrong decision for keeping Roman as champion. Cody would have still had his momentum. No. What would have happened was, Cody would have been champion. He would have got stale. People would have hated it. And they would have turned on him, and then they really would have been stuck. Because I can see what they're doing with his character now. Let's see. Oh, hey, look at this. We got a good friend of the family here. How you doing? And Tessa Blanchard's mom, Courtney Blanchard Allen, says, "Yo, Big T." What's up, Courtney? How you doing? It's always great to have you here. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you here, like always. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Cody Rhodes. But Miz comes down to the ring, Tommaso Ciampa follows. Tommaso Ciampa versus The Miz and a no disqualification match is the next match on the card. Yep. That's right, Invincible. That's right. AEW. It is AEW all over again. Where Cody was literally getting booed. And they should have turned him heel, but Cody didn't want to go heel. WWE, this same problem is starting to turn its head. And this is why they should be changing up his booking. They need to change up his booking. That's extremely important. Let's see. Courtney says, "I'm late." Hey, it's alright. You still made it. Courtney. You're still here, so I appreciate it. It's good to have you in the house. No, I never understood why. AEW never turned him heel either. I don't get it. I don't understand it. That would be a question for Tony Khan at a later date. But yeah, Courtney, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out on this late night show. They booed him in AEW, Invincible, because he was booked like this. He was booked as this, this babyface, almost Super Cena-like kind of babyface, and it seems like whenever somebody booked and manufactured to be that type of babyface in professional wrestling, the fans they reject it. Case in point, John Cena as a super babyface didn't work. Roman Reigns as that superhero babyface didn't work. Cody Rhodes as the superhero babyface, not really working. All the answers are there. Can't book people like that. You can do babyface booking, but you gotta do something different. Ciampa grabs a chair from the crowd. Miz meets him on the outside. Ciampa sends him crashing into the barricade in the ring apron. He slides into the ring and the bell sounds. The action spills back to the outside, and Ciampa sends the Miz face first into the announce desk. He then sends him tumbling over it and then sits him in one of the chairs and delivers a chop. He follows it up with a knee and tosses him back in the ring, and then looks to plant Miz on top of it with the fairy tale ending. Miz escapes and delivers a vicious kick, and then whips him into the corner and delivers a splash. He ascends to the top and looks to go flying, but Ciampa catches him with a chair in midair. The action returns to the outside, and Ciampa slides the Miz's head into the chair, and then sends him crashing into the ring post. So we go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Ciampa looks to pull out the table out from under the ring, but Miz kicks him over the announce desk and tumbling on top of Kevin Patrick. Miz puts the table back under the ring before Ciampa catches him with a knee and sends him into the announce desk face first. He clears off the items on top of it and then sends Miz crashing into the barricade near the timekeeper's area from the top of it. Ciampa then grabs a chair and a garbage can lid and dumps those in the ring before grabbing the table and sliding it inside the ring. Miz catches Ciampa with a knee as he slides back inside and then sends him into the top turnbuckle. Face first and delivers a couple of kicks. He picks up the garbage can lid and ascends to the middle rope, looking to hit Ciampa with it. Ciampa catches Miz with a knee and then fires off some stomps in the corner and follows it up with a few more knees using the garbage can lid. He then sets up the table in the center of the ring and sits the Miz on the top turnbuckle. He meets him up on the middle rope and delivers an air raid crash through the table and pins him. But Bronson Reed pulls Ciampa out of the ring and delivers a splash. Reed then follows it up with an elbow and then tosses Ciampa back into the ring before Bronson Reed ascends to the top rope and delivers a tsunami off the top rope to Tommaso Ciampa. Bronson Reed then heads to the back and the Miz crawls over to Ciampa, putting his arm over him and pinning him for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winner is The Miz. And what I want to know mainly is, why is WWE going back to this? Remember when WWE pretty much had Bronson Reed and The Miz as a thing? Why are they going back to this shit? I don't get it. I don't. Don't go backwards, go forward. That's how I feel, at least. The match was good. There was great action in the match. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the fact that Bronson Reed is basically doing bidding for The Miz. What is it going to be, that Bronson Reed is just getting paid off by The Miz and that's why he's doing it? It better be the reason, because The Miz or Bronson Reed would definitely not make a good Miz henchman. That would just be ridiculous. You know. Yeah, the match itself was pointless. The action in the match was good. The ending, though, my God, I hated it. Hated it. Honestly, next up, this match sucked. This next one. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, make their way down to ringside to watch the following matchup. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Oh, God, Chelsea Green. Please, God, no. Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, and they go up against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. I hate Chelsea Green. I'm sorry. I can't stand her. If Vince McMahon would give her a pink slip and fire her, that would be the best thing that can happen. She is so undeserving of the position that she has in that company, it's not even funny. No respect for her whatsoever. But Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville go up against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Carter and Sonya begin the match. The bell rings. Carter delivers a kick to Sonya. Chance tags in and wears down Sonya, and then tags Carter back in. Chelsea Green makes the blind tag. God, I wanted to throw up. Before Sonya delivers a few knees. And, let's see, delivers a few knees. Let's see, Courtney says, not fond. So I'm assuming that she is not very fond of Chelsea Green either. So, see, I'm not alone in that statement. At all. yeah, Mr. McMahon, if you can hand this woman her walking papers, please do. Would be the best thing. Let's see. Delivers a few knees, and Chelsea Green plants Carter. Then she sends Carter in the middle turnbuckle, sits her on the top rope. Carter manages to get Green into electric chair position, but Green escapes. Jansen tags in and goes flying off Carter's shoulders. She goes for a pin. DeVille breaks up that pinfall as Carter levels DeVille, and Chance rolls up Green. Green kicks out, manages to pin Chance. Of course, Chelsea Green manages to get the win, pinning Katana Chance, but Chelsea Green put her feet on the ropes as Sonya Deville held Chelsea Green's feet in place, and that's what got the 1, 2, 3 in the pin of the win. It was really a joke, honestly. I mean, it really was a joke of a match. Your winners are Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. This shit was garbage. It was. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's the facts. It really is the facts. Horrible stuff. Let's see. The interesting thing, guys, if you didn't notice this, remember they were saying how, what was it? They were saying how, I can't think of it now. I had it, now I can't think of it because I just saw something. Oh, when they were saying how Bray Wyatt and Johnny Gargano with their medical statuses, I have some updates on that. There's a report that did break, so I will be covering that after we get through the review of Raw. So I got just one quick story to get into. Yep, another filler match, that's for sure. Okay. And I also have news on Logan Paul's Prime Energy drink. Logan Paul's actually under investigation. I just see a report here, but we'll get into that. But Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green win. Don't care, this match was terrible. Raw needs to be 2 hours. Raw needs to be 2 hours, or Invincible, really it does. This 3-hour Raw it's too long. It drags. Oh my god, does it drag. Like, especially when you get shows like tonight that are just very boring and very filler heavy. This 3-hour show felt like a 6-hour show. I mean, when I watched AEW Forbidden Door, with AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door, the time went by so fast, it felt like that 5-hour pay-per-view was only like a 2-hour show. That's the whole thing. But I mean, shows like this, like, if we were actually getting quality television like we were in July of last year and in August of last year, when Triple H had the full creative reins by the neck, that's when we were watching 3-hour Raws that were going by quick. Was going by real fast. Raws were enjoyable. This is how you know Vince McMahon definitely has a hand in it, because Triple H is not going to be booking television shows this way. Just not going to happen. Triple H has a very distinctive way for you to know the way he books. I mean, it's just there. It's flat out there. And, it's crazy how, some people just like the way Vince McMahon books stuff. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. Because the way Vince McMahon books is horrible. But anyway, Seth freaking Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. They make their way down to the ring, and then the Judgment Day follows, and now it's time for the main event of the evening here for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight. We have the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, with Rhea Ripley in their corner, going up against Seth freaking Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio begin the action. The bell rings. Dominic slides out of the ring. Seth chases Dominic back in the ring before Balor tags in. Balor wears down Seth and then tags in Priest. Seth then fires off some chops on him and sends Priest into the middle turnbuckle. Mayhem ensues and the six men go at it on the outside of the ring as KO ascends to the top and levels everyone on the outside with a swanton bomb off the top rope to the outside. We go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. Priest targets KO's arm and tosses him in the corner as he delivers a splash before Balor tags in and lands a backbreaker. Priest tags in and lands a leg drop and then tags Balor back in. KO fires back with the DDT but manages to tag in Seth. Dominic tags in and Seth delivers a kick to his face as he follows it up with a right hand and a super kick and then goes for a pin. But Dominic kicks out. Priest tags in and delivers a clothesline, and then looks for the South of Heaven chokeslam. Seth escapes, and then lands a pedigree and goes for a pin. Balor breaks the fall and rains down some right hands as he calls for Priest to tag him in, and he does. Balor lands the sling blade, but Seth plants him face first as Dominic tags in and delivers a frog splash. Balor then tags in and executes another sling blade. Sami Zayn tags in and ascends to the top and he delivers a crossbody and goes for a pin. But Balor kicks out. Balor delivers a missile drop kick to Sami in the corner. And then ascends to the top and delivers a coup de grace. Sami avoids it and delivers a Blue Thunder bomb. And then follows it up with an exploder suplex. Rhea trips up Sami and distracts the referee, allowing Priest to hit the South of Heaven chokeslam on Sami. Balor then delivers the coup de grace on Sami. And that gets the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winners of the Judgment Day of Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. After the match, Damian Priest and Finn Balor have this stare down like they're pissed at each other. And, but then they end up hugging it out, and that was it. Raw went off the air at that point. So that's what we got. Invincible, I don't even watch NXT. I don't. You know what, I got enough shows to watch. I got enough shows to watch with Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, and then I catch up on Ring of Honor, New Japan, and all the other companies. I mean, I don't review it, but I catch up on all that stuff. And yeah, NXT, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. It just feels like minor leagues, man. It doesn't feel like it was when it was black and gold. It just, I don't know, it doesn't seem right at all. So I just, nah. I'm on wrestling overload as it is, especially when there was 2 pay-per-views. Honestly, that's why I took a week off last month and took a week off this month. I mean, there comes a time when there's this many shows that just start coming at you, especially this much. It gets to a point where it really starts consuming your life. Like, you don't even have a life anymore, and all it is wrestling. And yeah, I mean, sometimes you just kind of need a break from it. That's why I'm not doing all the preview shows and the rating shows. I mean, it's just to do a 5-minute video. You guys wouldn't believe how much time it takes me, to make a thumbnail and record it, do that little upload that's just a short little video, how much time it actually takes to put one of those videos up. And yeah, I mean, I felt myself just getting burned out from the overload of everything, so that's why I've just been doing the reviews. I mean, I still got Rampage to catch up on. I'll probably do that Wednesday before Dynamite, because I still have the one Rampage show to do. But, yeah, I mean, as far as picking up anything else, like, I haven't picked up any New Japan shows, even though I watch all of it. Impact, I watch Impact. I have the network, for Impact. I watch all of Impact stuff, but I don't pick their, I don't review it. Same thing with, Ring of Honor. I mean, there's just so much. And then, NXT. I mean, imagine if I picked up NXT and then did every New Japan show and every Ring of Honor show and then every Impact show. I mean, I'd be doing multiple shows a day at that point. Yeah, it's, it's a lot of fatigue. It's a lot of wrestling fatigue. But I'm still here doing what I gotta do, as far as these shows go for you guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying them. Let's see here. News. Got some news. NXT is better than Raw, though. But yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I mean, NXT might be better than Raw quality-wise. But when it comes to people wanting to watch a review on a product, they're going to want to hear what I have to say about, like, Raw and SmackDown and all the biggest shows that are on during the week. That's why I cover the ones that are the biggest. I mean, Rampage, I was even thinking about cutting, because Rampage has moved, down the ladder to, AEW's C show, pretty much. I mean, I've still kept up with it, but I've considered cutting that since they picked up Collision, but, we'll see. We'll see. As of right now, it's still going. But news here. Senator Chuck Schumer calls for an FDA investigation into Logan Paul's Prime energy drink. So, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has called upon the Food and Drug Administration to investigate Prime, the sports drink brand co-owned by the ultimate influencer and part-time WWE superstar Logan Paul, per the Associated Press, citing high levels of caffeine as a concern. One of this summer's hottest status symbols for kids is not an outfit or a toy, it's a beverage, Schumer said on Sunday, but buyer and parents beware, because it's a serious health concern for the kids it so feverishly targets. Even if they don't drink Prime, wrestling fans have likely become quite accustomed to seeing the energy drink advertised across WWE programming. Logan Paul made his WrestleMania 39 entrance with a life-size bottle of Prime hydration by his side, later revealed to be his business partner and fellow influencer KSI. The energy drink, which markets itself as being zero sugar, has had little trouble in the way of advertising. That said, cross-promotion with a massive company like WWE will often provide an undeniable boost. However, Schumer is worried about the beverage's caffeine content, which is nearly equivalent to 6 cans of Coca-Cola or 2 Red Bull energy drinks at 200 milligrams per 12 ounces. But in a statement, company spokesperson Alex Seeley, talking up the brand's commitment to consumer safety, says, and I quote, "As a brand, our top priority is consumer safety, so we welcome discussions with the FDA or any other organization regarding suggested industry changes they feel are necessary in order to protect consumers." End quote. So we'll have to see what happens with that. That's what's going on with Logan Paul at this moment and his Prime energy drink. Let's see. What else do I have? There was one more story that I want to... Here we go. Now we'll get into it. Are you guys ready? Let's talk about it. So we got some news here on two WWE superstars that we have not seen in a while. And this is what's going to close out the show. So right now, updates on WWE medical status of Bray Wyatt and Johnny Gargano. As WWE heads towards SummerSlam in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field, two of its stars have been stuck on the injury list. But while one could be making his way back to television imminently, the other does not seem to have a timeline for his return. Fightful Select is reporting that Bray Wyatt is still sidelined with the illness that has kept him out of action since February. Wyatt had been set to feud with Bobby Lashley in a storyline that was reportedly also set to involve Uncle Howdy, portrayed by Bo Dallas, and Alexa Bliss, but Wyatt's injury has led to all involved essentially being shelved. Even Lashley has been strangely absent from WWE television as of late. According to the report, WWE has been hesitant to make plans for Wyatt, as getting him cleared to compete has been a more difficult process than expected. It does not help that Alexa Bliss is now on maternity leave, making any plans for her quite impossible for the time being, regardless of Wyatt's health. Bray Wyatt returned to WWE in October of last year at the Extreme Rules Premium Live event, as Wyatt only wrestled a single televised match against LA Knight at the 2023 Royal Rumble, before coming down with an undisclosed illness during his rivalry with Bobby Lashley. Meanwhile, former WWE NXT champion Johnny Gargano has also been out with an injury, but according to another Fightful report, Johnny Gargano is no longer injured and was almost involved in WWE's recent episode of Raw in Johnny Gargano's hometown at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My hometown. Hey, how about that? Johnny Gargano's status for SummerSlam remains unknown, along with the status of a possible reunion with DIY partner Tommaso Ciampa. Gargano was said to be suffering from a reoccurring shoulder injury, but is quite fine and was even factored into unspecified creative plans recently, likely the scrapped appearance in Cleveland, Ohio. So, that's some news, guys. That's some news. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think. But that's some news that I got there. So, you know, as far as how I feel about all this, you know, Bray Wyatt, who knows what's going to happen with him upon return. Same thing with Johnny Gargano. You know, I want to see these guys do good. Let's see, yeah, Bobby Lashley he's been missing in action for the longest time. It seems like he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, he got drafted to SmackDown, and he's been cursed ever since. We haven't seen the guy. Bray just doesn't have the heart for it anymore, with too many demons going on internally, I guess. Is it that? Is it really that Invincible, or is it really Vince McMahon? Is it the fact that Vince McMahon is back? Because don't forget, Bray Wyatt came back, obviously, because of Triple H. He wanted to work for Triple H. But, Vince McMahon, and, right when New Year's came in, that's when he's like, I'm back in the WWE, pal. It's such good shit, pal. That's when he came back. And I'm just wondering, and I'm really, really wondering, if Vince McMahon coming back into the fold has anything to do with Bray Wyatt just disappearing. Because it's funny how Bray Wyatt was involved in storylines. He was having slow builds to his matches like he wanted. Uncle Howdy was making appearances on television. Vince returns in the beginning of January. Wyatt was already, deeply into the feud with LA Knight at that point. And the next thing you know, match with LA Knight's over. We don't see anything from Bray Wyatt. We think they're building to Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. And, next thing you know, Bray Wyatt's gone. Maybe Bray just kind of said, hey, screw this. Vince McMahon's back. I don't want anything to do with Vince McMahon, so I'm getting out of here. And he's kind of just been on the down low lately. That could be a great point. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, Bray Wyatt is so good at, character and plot building, for sure. He is very, very smart. But that's what we got. That's what we got, guys. So, guys, as far as what I'd rate WWE Monday Night Raw tonight, for today, Monday, July 10th, 2023, I gotta hold WWE accountable tonight and not be so generous with my ratings. Gonna say the WWE Monday Night Raw for Monday, July 10th, 2023. I'm going to give this show, honestly, I'm going to say a below average rating. Invincible gives it a 5.5. I'm kind of close, but WWE, they really need to start stepping it up. I'm gonna go 4 out of 10 for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight. 4 out of 10, below average. They need to step it up. They need to get something going here, because this is not working and this is just not doing the job. They gotta fix something. And I mean, fix it now. They really, really do. But anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. That's going to do it for me right here tonight on this episode of Beyond the Ring with Big T. So, there you go. Really forgettable episode of Raw. And I will see you guys next time. And yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. That'll be for your AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage review and results shows. I'm going to do AEW Rampage, I guess, on Wednesday afternoon during the day before Dynamite, and then Dynamite will be Wednesday night after the show ends. And then don't forget us, and we won't forget you. And then, of course, if you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best for all of your professional wrestling needs, right here on the internet, right here on YouTube.com today. Always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. But, yeah, guys, I mean, I don't know what WWE is planning on doing, but I mean, they need to do something, especially when you're this Raw episode could easily be skipped. Or Invincible easily be skipped. I mean, when you're putting, this little effort into a show, and, then making it 3 hours on top of it, I just don't... 3 hours of this is too much. I mean, if we were getting top-notch product, like we were back in the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression eras, and the shows were 3 hours then, I'd be all for it. But with a product like this, and then you're going to try to shove 3 hours down my throat on it, it's just not working. It really isn't working. It's something needs to be fixed, and fixed quickly. Which Vince McMahon needs to get away from the creative aspect. I mean, he was supposed to come back to the company just to facilitate a sale of the company. The sale never happened, but, here it is. Ari Emanuel wants Vince McMahon. He doesn't want anybody else. He wants Vince McMahon working for him, so... Vince McMahon, he has a job there. He's good. He ain't going nowhere. He's got Ari Emanuel in his back pocket, backing him up and everything, and it's just how it's going to be. Period. But, getting out of here, guys, and got the last of the water, so cheers to you. Wish I could have gave you a better Raw review, but it's what it is. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, and thank you. Well, I'm not gonna say thank you to WWE for this one because they gotta get better, but of course, everybody. See you Wednesday, Invincible, for sure. Be looking forward to it. With Courtney still here, hopefully she'll be back too. But yeah, guys, so always remember, never ever forget. There she is. Good night, Courtney. Thanks for coming in. And of course, everybody, as always remember and never ever forget that I'm your host, Big T. I will see all of you at the matches. I'll see all of you for your AEW Dynamite coverage and Rampage coverage on Wednesdays. So, see you for that. Take care, everybody. I love you all, and of course, good night, everybody. Ha 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 ha.
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring. Big T.